The last election, a defining moment for cryptocurrencies. And it hasn't been the perfect environment. We haven't seen the big bull run we expected, but this is a big indicator of what's to come. We see XRP. When we look at the price of crypto values before the 2024 election and today, XRP is up 162%. Bitcoin, it's up 20%. Ethereum's down 3%. Solana is down 40%. Now, there's a lot of reasons for this. Of course, Bitcoin had a lot of early push due to that ETF approval. Ethereum held up better during the last bear market than other assets. And Solana, it had an early run. So you can't take that away. But this is still an indicator that XRP in this new environment, where we will see real adoption and usage of these cryptocurrency networks, it's going to be one of the biggest benefactors, and I think this type of domination is going to continue. You haven't seen a bull run yet. XRP is up 162% in a really bearish time right now when people are scared, and it's just going to continue to compound. We're going to have a big run when the moment is right, when the space erupts, and a lot of that is because we are now in an environment where actual institutions will start adopting this technology, using these tokens, using the blockchain for the future of finance, and that's the exact type of environment where XRP will dominate. Part of that, the vision of Chris Larsen. Now, when he made this video, this is quite an old video. Today, it doesn't seem that novel, of course, but back then, most people didn't see it. They said cryptocurrency is going to get rid of fiat currencies. No more dollars, no more yen, no more euros, no more yuan. And Chris Larsen says that's a bunch of nonsense. He says what this technology ultimately will do is expand the reach and usage of fiat currencies. What do we see right now? The U.S. government, they're very pro-blockchain. They're all about the stablecoin. Well, why? Because you're going to be able to take U.S. dollars, zip them into territories permissionlessly, and have new users and buyers of your main product, which is printing money and just spreading it all over the place. They love blockchain for that reason. And, technology like the XRP ledger is going to be used for exactly that purpose, to take a stable coin, whether it's an RLUSD, a Circle coin, a Tether coin, whatever, and you're going to zip them all over the world, and you're going to have more dollars than ever in all sorts of territories where you don't have to ask permission. You don't have to have a local regulator approve it. People have their digital wallets. They can use dollars. The U.S. government loves this idea. Chris Larsen was ultimately right. So when we look as we, transition into the future of finance, you have a technology centered around the vision of this guy that saw it before anyone else does, who is primed to get a lot of that activity, to get a lot of that adoption. You best believe the blockchain, that was the first blockchain to have stable coins, to have tokenized assets. XRP Ledger is the OG in these areas, which are going to be the fastest growing within crypto. No, make no mistake, Ethereum is the leader there. We have a lot of utility, a lot of reasons why people will want to use the XRP Ledger for exactly this purpose. The number one purpose right now, you saw they already passed stablecoin legislation without even a second thought. They need this, they want it, it will happen. And hopefully we see clarity here soon. We're going to discuss it actually right here in this story. Fox News says this is the final chance for clarity to get passed. They're sounding the alarm. These next 2 weeks are critical because Congress's schedule gets tight after this. This has to get done. If we fail to get this deal done, a lot of people say it probably doesn't happen till 2030 for a second chance at this. Now, people are like, well, why can't they just do it after the midterms? Well, if you can't get it done when one party has the presidency, the Congress, and the Senate, it's probably not going to happen when that becomes split. And it usually does. Just traditionally, you're going to either lose Congress, the Senate, or both. You're not going to probably have all three. And when you have this type of split, it's going to be very difficult to get anything across the finish line like this. They have to make this happen now for the cryptocurrency industry. Because, again, they're not going to go all in until they know this is legal, it's in stone, it is for the long term. Get the sucker across the finish line. I think they will, though, because everyone involved, they understand what's at stake here, and it has to happen. We'll see it play out here. Now, actor Ben McKenzie, he just made an anti-crypto movie. Now, what makes him such an expert? Well, he said in college he did take some economics classes, and he studied crypto, and he wants to protect investors from the evils of blockchain. He's said there is no purpose of this technology. It has no value to the world, and it's just a major grift. Now, of course, there's a lot in this industry that's about scamming and scheming and stealing. We understand that. But to just blanket call the whole industry a scam, That's what's wrong. To think that you are so smart because you took a couple economics classes in business, I mean, in college, that you know more than your major banks, institutions, governments, all the people within technology. Like, they all admit this is the future in one form or the other. This is a real technology. But this guy, Mr. I took economics in college, thinks he knows better. Like, what? What kind of person would say that? To think you know better than everyone and you're going to save investors. He's an actor. He's probably paid by the banks. He's paid by someone to put this message out. It's a bunch of nonsense. And I won't be watching his movie because I doubt that it's, very entertaining. Adam Back and other Bitcoin devs, in my opinion, they are avoiding the honest discussion here because Adam has this new solution that, hey, voluntary transfer to a quantum resistant chain, slow process, people can start moving over, and that's fine. I think that's actually, a really good solution. Let's not just panic, all run over to a new chain. Like, develop this out in a thoughtful manner, give people time to transition. But this is the reality. The reality is eventually we have to make this decision. Are we going to burn those exposed coins? Coins like Satoshi, millions of coins on the Bitcoin network. Are we going to burn them if they don't transfer to protect the network long term and accept that, Bitcoin is a social system with rules that humans ultimately enforce? And we could do that. We could say, hey, I run a node, you run a node, we all agree, fine, we burn that stuff. That is fine if we decide to do that for the, benefit of the network long term. But the problem is, again, we have this idea of not your keys, not your crypto. If I have the keys, that's mine. You shouldn't be burning my coins. It's very similar to Ethereum when they did the rollback. When someone stole the coins and it was too many and they said, for the good of the network, we're going to go back on that deal and we're going to burn those coins, even though you hold them. Maybe you got them in a nefarious way. Typically, if you have those coins, those are yours and no one can make that assessment that they're not. Well, Ethereum said, no, this is ridiculous. It's too much. It's bad for the network. We're rolling back. We're burning. It's similar here, right? And the only other choice is to say, listen, if you got the keys, no matter how you got them, if you took a quantum computer and you stole Satoshi's stash, that's yours. Ultimate, immutability. That's the way we're going to go. And that's fine as well. But you might get North Korea with a bunch of coins. You might get other nefarious actors with a bunch of coins. And we have to be okay with that. You might get someone that gets a million Bitcoins and dumps them on the market and kills the price. Like, neither of these two solutions are great. Neither of these two solutions are one that we would want to pick. The problem is those are the only two solutions there are. And we have to start having that honest discussion and decide which way we're going to go forward here with the Bitcoin network. Are we going to say, if you don't do this by XYZ date, then you lose your coins? Or are we going to say, hey, someone steals them, that's theirs, fine, we'll put up with the consequence. Again, two imperfect solutions, but that's all we got. There is no other way around this. We can't take those OG wallets and Satoshi's coins and transfer for him. It just can't be done. Either that person wants to step in and transfer the coins, or look, they're going to be gone forever. One way or the other. Either the network burns it, or we let adversarial actors steal it. We'll have to decide. But when you hear there's some novel or some great solution other than those two things, the person's a BS artist. There is no other solution, and we need to discuss it and decide, because if you're a Bitcoin investor, this is important. If you're just a crypto investor, again, this is the granddaddy of them all, the biggest that sits at the head of the table. We have to fix this solution, and everyone should talk about it in an honest manner. Now, this is my prediction. I believe that when there's a deadline and those coins have to move, I think Satoshi's going to move his coins. Now, there's a ton of coins that are going to be burned that have been lost forever, but I bet you Satoshi's OG stack is not lost forever, and you will see those suckers move before the deadline. Just my opinion. We'll see it play out. It's going to be interesting, though. We're going to know a lot more. How many coins are truly lost forever when you have that deadline? And I think that's the way they're going to go. You have your BlackRocks, all these other people. They're not going to let nefarious actors steal these coins, dump them on the market, kill the value. It just ain't going to happen. But we'll see it play out here. Really interesting clip here from TYT. And basically, Justin Sun, in my opinion, what he did is he, for lack of a better word, bribed the Trump administration with a $75 million purchase of world finance, whatever, the Trump coins, to make his legal problems go away. And now they have. They dropped it. He had to pay a fine, whatever. Justin Sun doesn't have to worry about this stuff anymore. Well, now he wants to dump these coins because they're valueless on other investors, and he's being blocked. I wish this stuff wasn't going on with the current administration. It just is. But to me, Justin Sun knew what he was doing when he bought these things. He got what he wanted. It's a lot cheaper than you saw Ripple go to court, pay over $100 million in attorney fees, and pay $100 million fines. Like $75 million is pretty cheap. He should own up to this and just drop the subject. He got what he wanted out of this thing ultimately. But it does show there's a lot of problems within in government, within crypto, and we're going to have to deal with this sooner than later. And we want to get crypto legislation across the finish line, because if you don't think Elizabeth Warren is going to bring these types of deals up when the laws are being written in 2030, you're crazy. There's going to be hell to pay. There will be hell to pay for this industry, whether fair or not, if they don't get crypto legislation done. Let me know what you think. Lastly, Tom Lee saying crypto winter is over, and he is targeting $62,000 for Ethereum. And boy, does he need it. Bitmain just posted $3.2 billion quarterly loss on its ETH holdings. Average cost basis right now, $3,660 per token. They need a run about as bad as anyone out there. This is my opinion. 62,000 Ethereum, I don't think is happening anytime soon. Not going to say it's impossible. I just don't see it. But, that's Tom's job here. He goes out on TV, says some bullish stuff. I like it. I like to hear bullish stuff about cryptocurrencies. Let me know what you think down below, though. Are we going to see a $62,000 ETH anytime soon? Tom Lee supposedly thinks so. What do you think? As always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Link.